Hello, my name's Gary Shields. Thanks for watching the first video here on my YouTube channel. I'm a photographer from Manchester, and in this video I'm going to share some of my experiences from the 2017 UK Photography Show in Birmingham. Today's the last day of the 2017 UK Photography Show in Birmingham. I'm finally home after 3 very long, very tiring, but incredibly fun days. My legs and my credit card are absolutely worn out, but I think I've got some good stuff to show you, including the DJI Osmo Mobile, the Lomo'Instant Wide camera, and the PiXaPro 8360 Hybrid portable flash. So if you haven't been to the UK Photography Show before, let me tell you what it's about. It's basically the UK's biggest photography trade show. It was set up by Future Publishing in 2014. All the major photography companies have a stand: Canon, Nikon, Sony, Fuji, accessory makers like Manfrotto, Rode, DJI, and lots of other smaller companies with a good idea, a good service. They want to get out there. It's a great place to find those little ideas or those answers to solutions to problems you didn't know you had. Pretty much every stand has demo products you can get your hands on, experts to answer any questions. You can play with all the latest products. Fuji even brought the GFX 50S medium format camera this year, which is still pretty hard to get hold of in shops. And I think it's basically on back order. They had them there for sale if you've got £5 grand. Many of the stands also give talks and demos on their products, though space tends to be limited on the more popular stuff, so you'll want to get there early or try to go on a quieter day. The last day, the Tuesday, today, being the quietest, I believe. I was buying some PiXaPro equipment, so I spent a good amount of time at their stand watching Tommy Reynolds and Gavin Hoey doing what they do. I spent a lot of time chatting to Tommy about his work, and he helped me work out what I needed to buy. So I'm going to let Tommy say hello.
It's Tommy Reynolds. I'm a portrait and travel photographer. If you want to check me out, then hit up my social medias, Tommy Reynolds 89 on both my Twitter and Instagram, or on my YouTube channel, just Tommy Reynolds. I'm going to be going to Vietnam in a couple of weeks. Please join my social media, keep up to date, and I hope to see you soon. Cheers, thank you.
The photography show also has a few stages dotted about, some big, some small. Various photographers will give talks and demos on what they do, their career, how they go about shooting what they shoot, and give you advice, tips on photography itself, the business side, how to get work, videography, YouTube. The only stage you need to pay for is the super stage, I believe, which is where the world's most well-known photographers will come and give a talk, usually a retrospective on their life and career, and go through the most famous pictures, techniques, anecdotes, that kind of thing. This year I saw Albert Watson, who's done hundreds of magazine covers and campaigns for companies like Gap, Levi. I also saw Jill Furmanovsky, who is a bit of a hero of mine. She's a rock photographer who's worked with just about everybody over the years. Pink Floyd, Eric Clapton, the Rolling Stones, Oasis she's done a lot of work with. She has a website which pulls in all the unpublished material from over the years. Never before seen. It's sat in drawers on negatives since the 60s, 70s, 80s. Check it out at rockarchive.com. The best part about the show for me is just getting to chat to people. I'm not the world's most confident or social guy, but most people at the show seem to really like to talk about their photography, particularly the people who are still in love with it. It took me a couple of days, but by the Monday I found myself chatting to the stranger sat next to me. Over dinner, stood at the stalls next to me, watching demonstrations, asking questions about what each other had in our bags. I actually had a lot of people stop and ask me about the DJI Osmo Mobile I was walking around with. In fact, I might have sold more than the DJI stand did, so DJI, if you're watching, send me a message, we can sort out some free stuff. I'm sure for a lot of people it's just another trade show where everybody is trying to take your money, charge you £9 for a sandwich and a drink. Though I have to say the fish and chips is excellent once I managed to find a seat. But for me, and I think a lot of people, it's a once-a-year event to totally immerse yourself in something which should always be fun. For me, even professional photographers should really love what they do. I see people that I only see once a year. You know, we might email and tweet throughout the year, but it's nice to be able to catch up with them once in a while, have a coffee. So there we are. Maybe not the most interesting or explosive first video on a YouTube channel, but check out part 2 coming soon. I'll show you my new toys. In the meantime, follow me on Twitter or Instagram at GarySPhoto.